Do you feel that finding a job has gotten harder recently, especially for young people? You are not alone. Around the world in 2020, the youth employment rate fell by 8.2%. A European Commission report shows that in 2021, the EU's youth unemployment rate rose to 16.6%. Young people are the cohort most negatively affected by job losses during the COVID-19 pandemic. This year in China, the number of fresh college graduates hit a record high of 10.76 million. So you can imagine how intense the job competition they're facing. Actually, according to China's National Bureau of Statistics, the unemployment rate for young people aged 16 to 24 was 19.3% in June. That's far above the urban average, which dropped to 5.5%. So let's talk about the youth employment challenge today and unbox the policy toolbox together. I'm Xiaoxian. Welcome to the unboxing channel. Several factors explain why finding a job has become more challenging for young people in recent years, not least the COVID's impact, the skill mismatches in the labor market. But the fundamental factors affecting youth employment is economic growth. Generally, more people will find jobs when the country's economy grows. In China, a 1 percentage point increase in GDP will create about 1.5 million jobs. That's why China has placed greater importance on stabilizing economic growth this year. China's annual Central Economic Work Conference in 2021 stressed the need to, quote, better leverage the role of economic growth in boosting employment in 2022. In May, China adopted a package of 33 measures to stabilize the economy, covering fiscal, consumption, supply chain areas. We won't dive too deeply into the details today, but if you are interested in what is probably this year's most important economic policy package, please do leave us a comment. We can discuss it in future episodes. So far, we've been talking about growing the pie. Now let's turn to the pie's ingredients. Also in May, China's State Council published detailed measures to expand youth employment. I paid particular attention to those targeting at small and medium-sized enterprises, or SMEs. Currently, about 140 million SMEs in China provide over 85% of job opportunities. This exact ratio roughly applies worldwide. Therefore, SMEs are super crucial to the job market. But how can SMEs be encouraged to hire more graduates? The first part of the measure seeks to expand the employment by giving some concrete options, like SMEs that hire fresh college graduates will be given direct subsidies or tax cuts. But ultimately, only when SMEs grow and make more money will they start thinking about hiring more people. So the government still needs to put more efforts into helping SMEs recover from the COVID downturn and return to average production. That's what the government has been focusing on since last year. As a result, a series of measures, including bailout funds or lowering operational costs, have been issued. Lastly, the latest youth employment measures also have something for those graduates pursuing entrepreneurship. Just to name a few, for many young entrepreneurs, government startup funds, discounted loans, cheap or even free office space are available. Youth employment is not an easy challenge and demands policy prescriptions that work together towards that goal. So I hope everyone can build their confidence and ultimately find their own path. That's it for today's unboxing. Thanks for watching. If you like our content, please remember to subscribe to our channel. I'll see you next time. Bye.